what strikes me about Gurgaon in terms of aesthetics is in certain ways relates, I guess, to Noor's point around the problem of public women in certain ways, right? There's a strange way in which women in public, or certain kinds of presences in public today, could be registered, I think, in the 21st century as almost problematized in terms of the absence of a kind of private domesticity, right? And Gurgaon becomes a sort of way in which the enclaved self and the sort of ideal of affluent family gets imagined, or it becomes imaginable. And so, part of what I talk about in the book is the denigration of the performance of certain private functions, not just in the public, but in outside spaces of any sort, right? So within the slum, the visible presence of people washing, bathing, and the like is an offense. That is a nuisance, right? And so what then gets elevated is a particular kind of domesticity that is about a certain notion of purity, about public purity, that I think Gurgaon is perhaps the apotheosis of that vision. And also, very much importantly, in the context of gendered violence in the city, it's about protection and it's about security of the family, where the home gets figured as a kind of defense mechanism, a defense against the plebeian public spaces of the city, of which there are not that many in Gurgaon compared to Delhi, and a defense, and this relates to my new work on environment, a defense against atmospheric endangerment, right? And this is about, I've been looking a lot at home air purifiers and the promise of Swiss quality air in Delhi homes. And there's a very clear gendered element to this, both around the protection of the child and the function of the woman of the household, the mother, in caring for and securing the home. And so I think if you look at your Sunday real estate section of the Sunday Times, the Times of India, which I haven't done in a little while, but a lot of it is these, as I recall, is these sort of like loving gaze of the mother viewing the home as the securitized, environmentally safe domain. And so I think in certain ways, the aesthetics of the home, the aesthetics of this sort of private space resonates perhaps with Professor Noor's work on, which I found really interesting, was this idea of marriage as a fix, as this technology that fixes both the problem of sexuality and the problem of housing, or a certain kind of housing demand, or a sense of deficiency in urban rights. And I think we might see Gurgaon for a very different segment of the population, and as a fix to very different kinds of gendered and classed political problems. That home gets figured as a way to resolve a series of crises in a particular